In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new update on ProjectX that just launched today, OCO custom bracket orders, right here on the ProjectX platform. I know a lot of traders were waiting for this one. We're going to take a look at how this new update is functioning, at least for right now. There's definitely some special considerations, at least from what I've seen so far, in order to not make mistakes using this, the way stop losses and take profits can and cannot be used if you are using OCO orders. So let's hop straight onto my ProjectX platform and test this stuff out together. So here we are on the ProjectX platform. This happens to be with Top 1 Futures. I've got a 50K instant funded account loaded up. For anybody that wants to check that out, I will link it. But you can use ProjectX, the platform itself here, with the integrated trading view chart on more than one different prop firm if you want to, but wanted to note that. So if you come over here to the settings section, all the way here on the left-hand side, you can see the original risk settings that were in here are still here. So they say manage auto OCO brackets or switch to position brackets. So if I go ahead and click to switch to position brackets, this is the original setting they had here on ProjectX, where any order I place, any order that gets placed on this account is going to automatically be entered with a stop loss and take profit based on a dollar amount. Now, this didn't allow you to customize OCO bracket orders. It just essentially was an automatic bracket order that was entered with any position, whether it was a stop order, limit order, market order. It threw a take profit and stop loss in as the draggable OCO take profit and stop loss, which will show right here, right now on the account. I'll come over here, and I'm doing this with micros here, but let's go ahead and just place a buy order. You can see I hit a buy order. I'm actually in the account trading it, but we have a draggable $1,000 stop loss and $1,000 take profit that was entered with this order. Now, again, this is the original stuff that was available from ProjectX, but I just wanted to get started with this so we can see how the new update is going to differ from this. So if we come back over to the settings section, we can click now, switch to auto OCO brackets, which is what you would see if you had, if you weren't messing with it like before me in this video. So we switched to OCO brackets, and now it's asking us to create a bracket. We can read this real quick. It says, when enabled, auto OCO brackets automatically place linked take profit and stop loss orders per each entry order. These brackets adjust based on the entry price and allow multiple orders at varying price levels, rather than aggregating them into a single order at the same price. So what I've noticed and kind of what I've taken into consideration looking at these is each one is going to be individual for whatever order it's attached to. And if you place another order, a separate order, you can do that using a different OCO bracket, using none, but they are entered with separate take profit and stop losses together. So essentially, if I had one order on, which we will show, and I went ahead and then added in again, it wouldn't leave the stop loss and take profit in the same place. It would add new limit and stop orders based on that new bracket. So for this example, we have to create a new bracket. Let's just go bracket 1. And we're going to go ahead and place a stop loss in ticks, which is really sweet. This allows us to actually place a stop loss in ticks versus dollars, which is pretty sweet. Before, you were only able to utilize the dollar amount. You are able to select, yeah, these stay the same, actually. Can't change that. It's a stop market order or a limit order. So let's go ahead and say we want to place one for 20 ticks, a 20 tick take profit and a 20 tick stop loss order. We can go ahead and hit create. And now we have a new bracket order that's in there. Now, this isn't as easy as like a traditional trading view order card or an order card in a lot of other platforms, which I hope they do make the update for, because I think this is still kind of clunky. I'll always give you my honest opinion. I think it would be nice just to have your automatic OCO orders to be able to be placed custom with every individual order rather than having it set up ahead of time. But for example, just so we could continue on, we can go bracket number 22222 is going to be the name of it. This one's going to be a 50 tick stop loss and a 50 tick take profit. We would create that. Okay, so now when we come back over to the chart, we will be able to utilize those two OCO bracket orders, right, with any order that we place. Now, here's a really important piece. You have to turn this on in 2 different spots on the platform, which I also don't love. I think if you turn it on, it should be on. If you turn it off, it should be off. But you can place orders here on ProjectX multiple different ways. I'm going to be showing you 2, what I think the most common are, off of the chart itself and then off of the order card. But you also have other additional pieces like the depth of market, the DOM, which you could probably use and probably has its own bracket order. But for this video, we're going to be taking a look at these 2 types. And I think this is going to translate over to any other way that you're able to place an order. So here's what I'm talking about. We come up here and we say, okay, well, we want to use that bracket number 1, right? I turn on bracket number 1 here. But as you can see over here on the right-hand side, this does not automatically sync. Even though my order card and this chart are synced together, I don't have the bracket order sync. I also have to come over here and turn on bracket 1 if I want to be using the order card to place an order. And I'll show you how you can kind of mess that up. But for example, let's turn this back off. Let's just turn on bracket 1 and we'll place an order from the order card here, right? I'll go ahead and buy market 1. There we go. We have buy market 1. We're in the market and we have our 20 tick stop loss and take profit set. Now, here's something interesting to see. If I go ahead and add into this position, for example, it will not aggregate. It won't add to this take profit order and stop loss order. It's going to generate a new set of bracket orders. Let me see if I can wait for just price to move away for a second. Also important to note, it doesn't display a stop loss amount, quantity in dollars when you do this. But yeah, that's far enough away. Let's see. I'm going to buy again just to add into this so I don't close out. And I want you to watch, we're not going to have limit sell for 2 at the same price. We're going to have another order with a separate 20 tick take profit and stop loss.
Order filled.
Interesting. I don't know why it added those together. Maybe I was filled at the exact same price. Let me go ahead and just wait to see if we can come away from this price level a little bit and then be able to add back in. Let's see if we could sell off a little bit and get a lower entry because we should have a 20 tick stop loss and a 20 tick take profit based on the actual entry itself. Kind of got a slow moving market here.
Order filled.
There we go. Okay, now you can see. I actually got an entry at the exact same price on the first one. Now you can see I have a limit sell that's below this one here and a stop market sell below this one here for my long order. So essentially, it's not adding them together unless it's in the exact same entry when you go to add in. You can see how these are separate. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out just so I don't take large unnecessary losses on this account because it is actually a funded account that I'm using to test here with you guys.
Order filled.
Closed out of everything, and they all cancel together. Now, I want to show you this. I don't have OCO bracket orders on up here. If I place an order on the chart itself by right-clicking and then hitting, for example, a market buy or a market sell,
order filled.
Market buy 1, you can see I don't have an OCO order, bracket order that gets placed with this one, even though I have it on over here. You physically have to turn it on over here. And same thing, vice versa. If I place this one, I'll show you guys. I'll get out of this. If I have this on, for example, and I have this one off, and I come over here and I place this order, I don't have a stop loss and a take profit that gets generated. So again, maybe I'm over hyper-focusing on that, but I think that's going to be a mistake that I see a lot of traders make. I myself was like, wait a minute, I think I'm turning this on. Why don't I see it? Why don't I see it on? What's going on? Now, maybe that's helpful to you because you are going to place orders with different OCO brackets, and we can look at how to do that right now. So we'll get out of this one. I can place, for example, a limit order. Maybe I want to, you know what? Let me do it right off of the chart. We'll make it easier. So with bracket number 1, maybe we want a limit sell order up here, right there. And you can see as the limit sell is placed, above this, I have a 20 tick stop loss and a 20 tick take profit. And then maybe down below price, I want to add a limit buy, but I want to use my 50 tick take profit and 50 tick stop loss. This is going to allow you to do that. So I can have a limit buy down here. And as you could see, this limit buy now is automatically populated with a 50 tick stop loss, 50 tick take profit. Kind of interesting. Obviously, I just have 2 of them set up. You can use multiple different types. We'll just get rid of these for a second. You can obviously use multiple different types. You can enter, it doesn't have to be even 1-to-1. You can enter with different take profits and stop losses. But I think it could be pretty sweet to have those OCO orders in that customizable way. Like I was saying from the beginning, I wish that they just had the ability to customize this right here, right on the chart, without having to physically name and add a new bracket to the list. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I do think it's pretty cool that you are now able to customize bracket orders. I'm going to show you guys one other thing here. If we go ahead and hit, let's say again, a limit sell up here, we can go ahead and modify what this looks like. So now, which we weren't able to do in the past, you would have to have just had a limit sell and then have customized in the settings a fixed dollar amount, take profit and stop loss. If you wanted to have a limit sell, you could do a stop market buy and a limit buy down below, but they wouldn't be OCO orders, which is pretty sweet the way these ones are. But after you enter your limit sell or stop order, for example, you can drag and modify where your stop loss is going to be. Maybe you want to stop something like that where you come up, get filled, stop loss is right here, and then you come down. So you can do it after the fact with limit and stop orders. And again, you can customize a whole bunch of different brackets. I'm showing you. You can also go into manage the settings without coming all the way over here to the right-hand side. Right within here, you can add new brackets, bracket name, something crazy, 10 tick stop loss, 20 tick take profit. You can customize this and go into dollars if you want and say a $50 stop loss, right? And a $50 take profit, $25 stop loss. You can use ticks, which I think is nice. You weren't able to do that in the past. So again, we created a new one. We're able to see that here on the bracket chart. And then if we go ahead and use, let's say, a limit buy all the way down here, we have those set up that are automatically populated based on the dollar amount, not based on the tick, which is going to adjust based on your contract size, right? So if we go ahead, we're using a dollar amount. If we limit by 5, you're going to watch it's going to be much, much tighter, right? Because we now have this going by the dollar amount, not by the actual amount of ticks. So awesome update. In my humble opinion, I think it can be better. I'm hoping that they continue to update this, but we now do have custom OCO bracket orders. We're able to create multiple different ones. We're able to attach them to different orders. We're able to adjust them. A couple notes again, guys. I would make sure you are turning them on. You could be maybe trading from your phone, trading from the order card, trading from a chart. Make sure that you're turning them on whatever way you're using to enter the market. Make sure it is definitely on. One other thing that I think is important to note is based on the different order type that you have on. So let's go ahead and buy. Let me turn the first bracket on. So I'm going to head buying with the bracket on. You're not able to drag out a stop loss, right? And if you have a bracket maybe that you don't like, the way that you're able to in the past drag out your stop market order or limit orders, you're not able to do that. You have to adjust with the automatically attached take profit and stop loss orders that were entered with the OCO bracket. I think that could be important as well to note. I want to test this actually live with you guys one more time. I think if I turn this off and this off, and I have OCO brackets instead of my regular ones, I just want to double check and see, am I able to drag out stop losses? I'm not. See, I'm still not able to drag out stop losses. You're able to set, stop loss orders. You're able to set, take profit orders, for example, up here. But you're not able to go ahead and drag out take profit and stop losses now if you have this on. If you come back, let's go ahead and close this out. I'm going to have 1,000 trades on the day. If you come back over here and turn on your standard risk settings, and maybe you even put them to 0, you don't have anything apply, right? We hit save. We come back over. Let's see what happens when we go and we hit our buy button here. We're in the market long. We are able to drag out, just the way that we were in the past, our stop loss and take profit orders. But worth noting that if you have the OCO orders enabled, even if you're not using one to enter, it prevents you from dragging out a take profit and stop loss from just the initial position. You're going to have to use limit orders or stop orders or that initial bracket, which you would want to in the first place anyway, right? But important to note, if you're somebody that just likes to hop in the market with no stop loss, no take profit, go to the settings, make sure you have, that set where you don't have either the position, what are we calling this thing? The position risk brackets or the OCO brackets on. Make sure you have both of them off. You're on the position risk brackets with none of them being applied to new positions. And then you're able to drag out and adjust your take profit and your stop loss, as you see fit. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'll be dropping more info as more info comes out. Again, I do hope that we get an order card that's just, we're able to enter individually custom info straight on it. If you guys want to watch me trading straight from ProjectX, I do it live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 100% free. I also run a 100% free trading community. I'll link it right here. Links down below this video. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, code RDF is going to get you the best deal. That's the firm that I'm trading on ProjectX with. Hope you guys find this video useful. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Trading is very risky. Most traders lose money. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Talk to you guys soon. Hope to see you trading live.